Hey y'all, this is Big Black Barbecue, and today I'm cooking something amazing. Well, smoking something amazing. I'm going to be smoking turkey legs. This is actually my first time doing this, and these are some big, big pieces of meat. Um, I used to always see them at the state fair and everything, just big pieces of turkey, just smoked, and I'm going to actually replicate or try to replicate that today on this Landmann grill. There's not really much to it for what I've been looking at. The first thing I do want to do is I am going to pat these down. Make sure you dry them out. We want that crispy type of skin that we see at the fair. So we're going to pat all these down. And I'm also going to be using two different types of rubs. One on the legs because they're going to take longer to cook. And one on the wings because they're going to be a lot easier to cook. As you see, these are big, but they're not that meaty as compared to your legs. I'm going to be cooking these at 250 with competition pellets, and I'm just going to get started on that. Okay, I got these things patted down pretty dry for the most part. I want the dryness. What I did beforehand is I brined these for 6 hours. I gave them a nice little brine, just a simple brine. You don't have to be elaborate with your brine. You can be, but it's not needed. Just enough to where when you smoke these, they don't dry out. As you can see, they are big pieces of meat, so they do need that brine. Any poultry that you cook, I would recommend a brine every time. But as you can see here, what we're going to do first is I got some vegetable oil here, some non-stick vegetable oil, and all we're going to do really is spray these down. And I'm going to do that now right here. As you can see, we're just going to give them a nice little spray. On both sides, just a nice little spray on both sides. We just want to coat them with it first. Get these chicken wings. Oh, get that out the way for right now. Okay, now we got those sprayed down. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the legs with this Yardbird. I love this stuff. It's pretty good. It works well on everything. But I'm gonna hit the legs with this, and I'm gonna get them super coated with it. What I'm gonna hit the wings with is this Twisted Q's Fire Roasted Cajun. It's more like a powdery type rub. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smoke them with this, the wings with this, and as throughout my cook, I'm going to apply this more. I want that spice rub that you feel, like that powdery rub on these turkey wings. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I mean, there's no wrong way to do this, but you just want to get a lot, because what you're gonna be doing anyway is you're just gonna be rubbing it in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get these settled, rubbed in with a lot of seasoning throughout. Make sure you fill it all the way. And I'm going to come back with you when I'm on the grill. Okay, y'all. I got my smoker tube going. I got this running at 250. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these on. I'm going to show you how I season these. I season these really tough. As you can see, look at how much seasoning is on them. I'm not worried about it overpowering, just for the simple fact that I know that most seasoning rubs off. But this is how I season them. I season them really good. They're going to cook for about 2 hours. What we're trying to do here with these legs is we're just trying to get them to 165 at first. That usually takes about an hour and a half or so. And then we're going to do a couple of more things to them just so we can get that type of skin that we like on a turkey leg. With my wings, as you can see, they got that Cajun rub on them. Twisted Q's. You see how it looks different, completely different than that smoothness. But we're going to put these on. We're going to do the same also with these. We're going to let these hit 165 also. But we're going to monitor these more because, like I said, they have little meat on them. They're not really as thick as the legs, but As you can see here, this is what I got. I'm going to be running at 250. I'm at 210 right now, of course, because it's open, but as you can see, I got that at P0, so I can get the as much smoke as I can. But yeah, this is what we have. We're going to let these go for an hour and a half, and then we're going to come out and we're going to see what they look like and what the temperature read is on them. But I'll be back shortly. Okay, we're at our hour and a half mark. We're going to look up and see what we got here. As you can see, they're starting to turn that color. That's a pretty good sign. What we're going to do now is we're going to check one of these real quick and see where they're at. If I can get it in. Okay. We're reading at a temperature at 140. Let's check another one. We got 133, 135 and climbing on that one. And let's check our wings. And we got 138. Okay, at this time what we're going to do is we're going to give this a little base. A little base of apple cider vinegar and water. We're just going to spray it like we would do ribs. Nothing too fancy at all. Just give it a nice little spray. Make sure we get a nice little coat on everything. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come behind with the seasonings that I use to do this rub on these. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit more on these. After I get past that, I'm going to let it cook for another 30 minutes. And then we're going to come back out here and see where we're at. Okay, y'all. It's been about 30, 35 minutes of continuous smoke. I'm opening up and see what we have here. And as you can see, they're getting that nice color on them. I'm just going to go look around at all the wings and stuff. Getting a nice, pretty color. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check the temperature on these guys to see where they're at. See if we got a little closer to our goal. Okay, it's at 151 right there. Let's try this one back here and see where this one's at. Okay, that one's at 174. Let's try this one. Got 151, about 151 on the leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to push these back a little bit and let them smoke a little bit more. But I'm noticing I'm not getting actually to the temperature I want. I want a little bit towards that 165 before I start my next step. Let's get a look at these wings here. 135, that's about where I want them for right now so they can cook a little bit longer. 147 on that one. 154. So these are getting close to where they are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let them cook for another 15 minutes. And then I'm going to come back out here and see where we got. Okay, y'all. I'm back. I've been checking the temperatures on these just to see where they're at. It's been about 15, 20 minutes. As you can see, I'm getting close to 165. A lot of these, that's actually at 165 going to 167. That one's at 156 and climbing. So I know I'm about done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the barbecue sauce. I'm using the Carolina barbecue sauce just because of the vinegar in it. I recommend the Carolina barbecue sauce, but you can use any barbecue sauce you want. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sauce these on both sides. I'm going to start saucing them now so you get a look at it. I'm just going to sauce them all on both sides. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these cook for another 30 minutes. My target temperature is anywhere from 180 to 190. And I don't have to worry about these drying out. As you see, I'm getting a little pullback on that bone right there. But I don't have to worry about these drying out because of the brine I did earlier. I recommend the brine anywhere from 6 to 24 hours, but this is all I'm doing. It's just, I'm just gonna barbecue these. Put barbecue sauce on these on both sides. I'm gonna flip them over, but I'm gonna do the same thing to my wings. My wings is actually looking nice. They got that nice Cajun seasoning on them. This is all we're doing. We're gonna get these nice and leather, and then we're just gonna let them cook for another 30 minutes, get to that 180 to 190. They are looking good. They are looking really good. I'm actually looking at the one I want to eat right now, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'll be back soon. Get about 30 minutes, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, y'all. It's been about 30 minutes or so, and this is what I came out with. And they're looking really good. Midway through my 30 minutes, though, I do want to add that I did turn my heat up to 275 just because I wanted to get that temperature of 180. Most of these came out around 182, 185, and of course the wings came out around 180 also. But they all cooked together, so for my first time cooking them, I'm surprised that the wings actually came out the same as the legs. But for that last 30 minutes after I put the barbecue sauce on, about 15 minutes in, I turned my temperature up to 275. But I'm gonna try these out here. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna put a little bit more barbecue sauce on them. Well, the one I want to eat, and then I'm gonna try it out. These are really hot. Be careful. All right, as you see, I got it on the glove, but I'm just gonna pick this thing up and see what it tastes like. Oh yeah, that is so good. I'm gonna give you a little bite mark. You see, it's actually starting to get some smoke in there. If we would have actually did like an 8-hour, I probably would have had a full smoke. But that is one good turkey leg. It's actually pretty good. The season actually goes all the way through. So I'm gonna hold that one right there. I'm gonna get to these wings. These wings I did with a spiced Cajun rub, and then I put barbecue sauce on it. So I'm gonna take one. I'm just gonna peel a little bit off the side of it just to see what it looks like inside and everything. As you see there, I'm gonna taste this. Oh yeah, that heat is definitely there. Barbecue sauce chills it out a little bit, but that heat is definitely there. Show you a little bit of the, what I got. Oh yeah. Well, for my first time doing this, I'm pretty amazed. I'm looking at everything, and I'm getting hungry about a minute. But just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. As I said, just be careful of your temperatures. Remember, poultry cooks above 165, so you're good. But for that extra smokiness and that extra flavor like you see at state fairs and everything, cook these to about 180, 190. But this is Big Black Barbecue, and it's time to eat. So y'all take care.